Hi, I'm Dee, and welcome to Herbal Concretes. I decided to do this channel as a way to educate everyone on herbs that you can take to maintain health and well-being. I was driven to do this channel in the beginning during the pandemic phase. There was a lot of fears and a lot of uncertainty that was happening during the pandemic, and I wanted to educate folks on ways that you can take care of yourself during these times, these uncertain times that we have today. So this is part 2 of a 2-part series on pandemic herbs. Part 1, please don't forget to check that out. Part 1 consists of the top 5 pandemic herbs that you would take to prevent bacterial and viral infections. And those top 5 herbs are oregano, elderberry, ginger, sage, and garlic. Now, as we move ahead to part 2, pandemic herbs that you would take to clean your personal airspace. This is what we're going to talk about today. It is important to clean your airspace, whether you're at home or you're at the office, or if you're in your car driving. The air we breathe in needs to be clean. And during this pandemic, of course, you hear a lot of frightening things about the air and how we have to wear a mask. So that is why this video is very important to watch, to learn about herbs that you can use to clean your personal airspace. I'm going to discuss 2 methods of how you clean your personal airspace. The first is through burning the herbs itself, and the second is about making a mist that you would use to spray your home with that particular herbs. So I'm gonna first talk about 3 herbs that you can use that are beneficial to clean your air space. The first herb is called sage. A lot of people talk about sage, burning sage, sage your home. And you can also, of course, eat sage as, in a salad. But for today, we're going to talk about sage that you can use to clean your airspace, like I mentioned. You can actually get a bundle of sage that I have here, and you can clean your home with this bundle of sage. You can go throughout your home and burn the corners of your home, burn the center of your home. And again, sage is antibacterial, so it's going to kill the bacteria that is developing, growing in your home. So again, sage is very beneficial for that. The second herb that I would use to clean your airspace is rosemary. Rosemary, you can all these herbs that I'm talking about, you can actually purchase at your grocery store. Rosemary, it's very beneficial. It is also an antibacterial herb, and it's good to burn rosemary. And the third herb that you can use to clean your personal airspace is called oregano. Now, I just went ahead and I blended the 3 herbs. This is what the herbs look like once I blend it. And I blended and I put it in a jar, and so that I can always be able to use it at any time. I do burn the herbs every other day. It's important to burn it if you have, family living with you, and you can burn it first thing in the morning, afternoon, at night, as long as you burn it in your home, and just make sure you go throughout all of your room area, your room space. You can, like I mentioned, burn the herbs as sage. You can get a burner to burn all three of the herbs, which would be, like I mentioned, the sage, oregano, and rosemary. If you get a burner like this, you would have to get charcoal and use the fresh herbs on top of it. And again, you would burn it through your home. Make sure that it is safe, that you're watching the burner to make sure that to prevent fires. But again, it is important to use herbs to clean your personal airspace. That is one method of cleaning your ear. Now, if you're at the office space, you're going to have to figure out, how to burn herbs if you can at your office. If you cannot, no worries. Part 2, like I said, is ways that you can use a mist to clean your personal airspace. So again, why I use oregano, like I said, is an antiviral herb. It's a wonder herb. It kills viruses, fungus, bacteria. It is a good herb to take as a daily regimen for your body, but also it's good to burn the actual herb along with rosemary. Rosemary is not just for chicken. It's also helpful to clean your personal airspace. And of course, sage. Like I said, you can sage out your home really quick, kill those bacteria. It has, of course, we know, for spiritual benefits as well. But during the pandemic phase that we're all going through and experiencing, sage is very beneficial and helpful to clean your personal airspace. So let's talk about viruses versus bacteria, because like I said, I have 2 herbs that is more antibacterial. That would be sage and rosemary. And then oregano is an antiviral herb. I blend all 3 to kill everything. That's just me. But again, if you don't have the antiviral oregano, it's okay to burn sage. It's okay to burn oregano. If that's all you have in your home right now, just burn it. But again, do invest in oregano. I would always have oregano if I was you in the house, because again, you can buy the oregano and drink it as a tea, the fresh herb, for your own physical health. And please don't forget to check out part 1 of the top 5 pandemic herbs that you would take for physical health and well-being. I don't want to, just elaborate too much on it, because this is part 2, ways to clean your airspace. So again, I blended, like I mentioned, the 3 herbs just to save time. You can burn it, like I said, in a burner, and you can also purchase it in oil as well. And what you can do is use a oil burner, and you can use a diffuser as well to clean your personal airspace. If you're not able to burn in your office, for example, you can definitely get a diffuser, and you can get some oregano oil, you can get some sage oil, as well as rosemary oil, and so much benefits to diffusing these oils, not just for bacteria and antiviral, but also for mental clarity for your mind as well. Again, these herbs are really good for cleaning your personal airspace. Very necessary, very important. Part 2 method of cleansing your personal airspace consists of using a mist. I have a bottle here that I purchased from the dollar store, and then I have another spray bottle that I purchased from CVS. And how you would get your herbs in to make a mist out of it is that I would purchase a bottle of rubbing alcohol that you can buy 70% or higher, and you would put it in a spray bottle, put your herbs in, blend 3 herbs like I mentioned: rosemary, sage, and oregano. So once you blend these herbs, you can put it in the bottle and let it soak for 24 hours. It's going to turn green. You want it to turn green because it's going to be taking, the alcohol is going to be breaking down the herbs. The benefits of it is going to still be there, but it's going to make the potency of the alcohol with the herbs to cleanse and kill the bacteria and viruses that might be accumulating in your home. Again, I thought about this during the pandemic. It was really difficult to get rubbing alcohol. Now during this period, there is alcohol available now at the grocery stores. I'm lucky to find it at the drugstores, the pharmacy stores, and I purchase my bottle at CVS. I love the bottle. Again, this bottle is really good and beneficial to spray your home. Guess what? I used to spray myself as well when I come in from outside, or just in general. I spray my shoes, and again, it's herbs and it's alcohol, 70%. So it's going to kill the viruses and bacteria. I don't want to promote fear, but we all are watching the news and we see what's out there. Again, this channel is to educate, to empower, so that we can take charge for ourselves and maintain our health and well-being. Again, herbs you can use to burn, herbs that you can use to mist your home. I have a bottle in my car, and I just spray my car as I go in, and I spray as I go out. I am blessed to be working during this time. I have to come in contact with people. Of course, we respect the 6 feet social distancing, but at the same time, I do have to interact with other people. We all do, especially when you go to the store, grocery stores. We're limited as what we can do right now, but we, once again, we're a little bit more mobile, more social than prior to this pandemic. So what I do is, as I come in from outside, I just spray my body. I spray my body, my clothes. I also spray my mask as well. Again, because you're going out and you're around people. Yes, the 6 feet is great, but I think some of these practices should have been something that we all did, especially, washing your hands. Who don't wash their hands? A lot of people don't wash their hands. But again, these are just practices to keep us on point, on task. And it's not to promote fear. It's not to promote paranoia. Not at all. It's empowerment. It's educating. And it's also about having a discussion just overall what you do to protect yourself using herbs. And I'm just sharing this channel with everyone, just letting you know the different tips, the herbs, of course, that you can use to prevent viruses and bacteria. So this is part 2 of a 2-part series, herbs that you would use to clean your airspace. You can also use these herbs in a bath as well to cleanse your skin and your body. Again, you would just draw some hot water, warm water into your bathtub, and you would just blend the sage, blend the oregano and the rosemary, and just pour it into your bath water and cleanse your body as well. But when you're out and about, like we all are, it's important to have these herbs as a tool to protect yourself from viruses and bacteria. Again, you can use a spray bottle with alcohol. Soak the 3 herbs in the bottle for 24 hours. Has to be 24 hours. You want to see that it turns green, and that is the herbs, the actual medicinal qualities of the herbs that are being pulled out from the alcohol. And it is excellent to spray your home with, like I mentioned. I have this, like I've mentioned, this bottle in my car, and I make sure that I spray out my airspace. When I come home from outside, I spray lightly. My clothes from head to toe, I just do one spray, and I spray my home as well. So again, these are herbs that you can use to prevent viruses and bacteria from growing. That would be sage, oregano, and rosemary. Thank you for spending the time with me. Thank you for turning into my channel, Herbal Concretes. Please don't forget to check out part 1, the top 5 pandemic herbs that you would take to prevent viruses and bacteria from growing into your body. Thank you. Please subscribe, like, and share. Thank you once again.